Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As usual, I am your host, Sellssi Fiaway. Today we're going to delve into some issues coming up on the front of Ghana football. Diomande has decided to choose Ivory Coast over Ghana. An unnecessary call-up, in my opinion, by Otto Addo in the first place. He could have had that conversation with the player before making it public, but he was called up for Ghana's international friendly games last season. He's a graduate of the Right to Dream Academy, and Coach Otto Addo included him in one of our midfielders. But he has made his decision, and Ivory Coast is his destination. We'll hear what he had to say. We're also going to talk about the talk in town right now. The Ghana under 17 side got off to the best possible start versus Ivory Coast, beating them 5-1. And as you'd expect, it has got a lot of people talking in the quarters of comparing Laryea Kingston to Otto Addo. It's a bit premature, but a former player in Charles Taylor has said he is better than Otto Addo. Here exactly his words. And Bernard Mensah with a virtuoso goal for his club side. We'll have a look at it. And Antoine Semenyo on how Didier Drogba influenced him. As usual, subscribe if you haven't. Click on that notification bell to get more updates. Sahara Football merchandise links are in the description. Be sure to purchase our merch. I'll leave a link to it in the description and the first comments pinned here. We'll jump right into it and start off from the camp of Mohammed Diomande. He has 10 down Ghana and in the latest call-ups, and he has decided to represent Ivory Coast. Now, the Rangers midfielder has articulated his choice to play for Ivory Coast instead of Ghana at the international level. Now, born in Ivory Coast, Diomande honed his football skills in Ghana at the Right to Dream Academy during his formative years. His journey led him to FC Nordsjælland and subsequently to the Scottish club Rangers. Diomande's stellar form this season drew the attention of Ghana's national team. Coach Otto Addo, who selected the 22-year-old for the March international friendlies against Nigeria and Uganda. Nevertheless, Diomande opted not to accept the call-up to the Black Stars. In a dialogue with Instafoot, as recounted by Ivorian journalist Malik Traore, Diomande affirmed his allegiance to Cote d'Ivoire. My lifelong ambition has been to represent the Ivory Coast, my parents' homeland. He clarified, I'm eager to join the Elephant, whether in the senior team or the under-23 squad. Throughout this season, he has been a significant presence for Rangers, earning a starting position in 10 of the 12 Scottish Premier League games and scoring 2 goals. So yeah, Diomande has decided to represent the country of his birth, and I wouldn't fault him so much for it. I think probably dialogue between Ghana and the player was not had well or what, but these things shouldn't be happening. It's a PR nightmare, to be honest with you, because how do you not know that the player will definitely choose his country of birth? Why do you put out his name as a player for the call-ups when it's clear that he hasn't made his allegiances known? The same thing happened with David Akologo, the goalkeeper. He went into the camp of Bolivia and was still being named in Ghana's camp as one of our players. What is happening? The organizational structure, it just says a lot about how probably we are not planning these things well. It's so improper. It shouldn't be happening, but it keeps happening. Congratulations to him. We wish him all the very best. Mohammed Diomande, that is. My next story has to do with the parallels that is being drawn between Otto Addo and Laryea Kingston. After his first ever competitive game as the head coach of the senior and Ghana under 17 side, Laryea Kingston is being pitted against Otto Addo to be a better tactician. That's according to Charles Taylor, who has been making outrageous comparisons and comments of late on the front of Ghana football. While speaking on Angel TV, he clarified that he is not calling for Otto Addo's dismissal, but rather stating that Kingston could extract more from the current Black Star squad than Otto Addo has managed so far. Laryea Kingston's capabilities extend beyond the under-17 level. If Otto Addo can lead the Black Stars, then Kingston should certainly not be limited to the under 17. He's deserving of more. Kingston is not just in a different class, he embodies football tactics. A coach must be able to command his players to execute his strategies. Under Kingston's guidance, the Black Stars will likely be netting 7 goals per match. He continued that Kingston has the potential to transform the Black Stars and elevate their gameplay significantly. He's unique and I have full confidence in him. He shares the caliber of Afrani and Coach Addo, understanding how to unify a team. That's an interesting take, and he would know better than any of us ever could. Laryea Kingston, and well, that is Charles Taylor. I believe what he is saying, that probably Laryea Kingston would be a better tactician than Otto Addo. But I don't want us to jump the gun. Laryea Kingston just began his coaching career. No need to put any pressures on him whatsoever. And it's easy to say that now because he's in charge of the under 17 side. Ghana traditionally has done well at the youth levels. There's no doubt about that. The only problem currently, especially, pops up when they go to the senior national team, the Black Stars. And I've stated in the past why that is. The youth teams are probably not as marketable as the Black Stars. So no one is truly interested in them as much. When I say interested in them as much, I mean to say that they are not a quote unquote a money magnet or a cash cow like the Black Stars is for so many people to want their hands in there. That is what I mean. When the senior national team starts doing well, it will show you that, as well as the youth size, will tell you that the influences which happen at the senior level and has reduced. Basically, that's how I'll see it, because it's clear that players that probably don't merit call up, coaches that don't get the quality or the type of players they want, everything is just messed up at the top. And because the youth teams are not yet there in terms of marketability and other stuff, and that means probably they will not generate as much money as the Black Stars, they will not probably get that much interference. That is what I think. So let's not jump the gun. Laryea could go to Black Stars and could face problems, and it would translate into poor results. And we would now be saying that Laryea Kingston was great. What happened? These things need to be resolved. Ghana traditionally has done well at youth levels. It's always the national team that struggles. Since 1982, we've not won an African Cup of Nations, and that should tell you all you need to know. My next story has to do with Bernard Mensah, an amazing goal by the Ghanaian. A virtuoso goal, taking the ball, rounding players, and finding the back of the net. His goal was enough to help his side to victory with a brace against Al Fateh. He has already said that he would not play for Ghana again because of issues with call-ups and all that. He could be convinced to come back in, and I hope it does happen. We need the best. We are trying to get to the World Cup again, so let's see how that one happens. But great night for him and his teammates. A brace for him on the night. I'll end with a story on Antoine Semenyo, who spoke about the fact that he has been influenced, his career that is, by Didier Drogba. The Bournemouth forward has attributed the significant part of his growth as a player to emulating the aspect of Drogba's style of play. During my injury period, I spent time observing players with traits akin to mine. I watched Mikel Antonio, Bril Embolo, and particularly Didier Drogba, focusing on their movement, timing of runs, and overall impact on the game, he shared. These observations and subsequent incorporation of their techniques into my gameplay have been instrumental in my development, he further explained. Looking ahead, Antoine Semenyo is poised to join the Black Stars for the 2026 World Cup qualifiers, where they'll face Mali and Central African Republic. Great there. We hope it does translate to a better game for Ghana versus Mali and Central African Republic. And that has been it for today. Talking to you about Antoine's influence, players that have influenced his game, and Didier Drogba. He also talked about Laryea Kingston, compared to Otto Addo by Charles Taylor, and Diomande Mohammed chooses Ivory Coast. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great weekend.